I'm sharing some channel updates, blog updates, and life updates in today's video. Hello everyone, Jennifer here, and welcome back to the Daily Connoisseur. So I haven't sat down with you for a long time and just chatted. I wanted to update you on a few things like my blog and talk about the channel and where it's going and a few of the things in my personal life as well. I wrote everything down here. I have this notebook. Don't you love this? Super bien. And this is from DesignWorks Inc. So I wrote down a list so that I don't forget because I have a bunch of things that I just want to chat with you about. I feel like my videos on the channel are changing a lot. They're very professional now, have you noticed? But I do think that it's nice for me to sit down every now and then and just talk with you like this. Okay, so I want to update you on the blog first. My blog has been down since August. I have not been blogging, and it's because I'm having my website team transfer it to my author website where it will ultimately live. But during this time when I haven't been blogging, I noticed something, okay? I noticed that I am happier because the blog is really time consuming. It takes between 4 to 6 hours a week for me to create all the posts that I would do on the blog with the pictures and the content and the links and everything. Was really time consuming. And so during this time of reflection, the past 6 months, I've been thinking, do I want to continue the blog? Now I know that a lot of you love the blog and you love having that component with the videos, but I have come up with a solution that really works for me and my schedule and my life right now. And that is that I am resurrecting my author newsletter. So I'm going to leave the link down below and you can sign up for the newsletter. It's absolutely free. I promise I will not bombard you with emails, okay? I'm gonna do one newsletter a month. And in this newsletter, it's going to be written by me. I'm going to share, of course, updates on the channel and things that we've discussed this month. It's going to be really thoughtfully written. I'm also going to share book news and all sorts of things that are going on with me, my channel, and my business. So the newsletter is going to be my main form of communication with you that's going to take over the blog, and the newsletter is down below. To sign up for the newsletter, you're going to go to my author website, jenniferlscott.com, and I'll leave a link down below. And in the top left-hand corner, you're going to enter your email address and click subscribe. So that's not subscribing to my YouTube channel, that's subscribing to the newsletter. It's totally free, and just enter your best email address. Will I still have a blog? Yes. In a sense, whenever I do a recipe or something, I like to have it live on a blog. So I'm going to have a recipe component on my website, and I don't know if by the time you see this video, if that's going to be up yet, but you can definitely look for that. And every now and then I might write a little bit on the blog. But for those of you who love the blog, I just want you to know that I am still going to reach out to you in that personal way, but it's now going to be through my author newsletter. Now, if you signed up for the newsletter years ago and you were on it, you should still be on it, okay? Because I have a lot of people on the newsletter. But if you're not certain, go ahead and sign up and I'll leave it down below. Okay, the newsletter is for everybody. You don't have to be a member of my channel, it's for everybody. So I'm really excited to do that because I like to stay in communication with you, and I want to do it, of course, in the classiest way possible. So it's going to be a nice, lovely newsletter. I won't bombard you with emails. So why did I enjoy not blogging so much? I don't know how much I need the blog, and I would love your input on this. Because the blog really discussed everything that I was already doing on YouTube, I felt that it already lived here on YouTube. I have the video, and everything that I discuss is in the description box. I link things there. So I really felt that the blog was a bit redundant because I was doing everything twice. It was taking a really long time. And I would rather spend those hours that I was working on the blog on a book, on my other writing projects, you know? That for me has been the most radical difference. So I'm excited about the newsletter. I'm going to link it down below. I really hope that you sign up, and it's going to be a great way that we can keep in touch with each other. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that evolves. Now, let's talk about book news. I am currently working on a new book. I'm about 3/4 of the way through. So I've been working on it this whole time. You know, I keep quiet, so I'm not sharing it with anybody right now, but when the time comes, I can't wait to share it with you. Of course, I will announce it here on YouTube as well as in the newsletter. As far as my previous books are concerned, I have such wonderful news to share with you, but the Madame Chic series in Japan has done so remarkably well, and the series itself has sold over 1,100,000 copies in Japan. And this to me is absolutely amazing. I'm so grateful to the Japanese readers for embracing my series and loving it so much. So the books in Japan are published by Daiwa Shobo. I also have the comic books there by HarperCollins. And then of course we have Mademoiselle Chic, which is my 5th book. That's our children's book, and it's so amazing. The illustrations in this book are incredible. I wish it could come out in English and in other languages because it's really a special book. So I want to thank the Japanese readers so much for embracing the book there, and I really hope that I get to go back to Japan. Another reason why I enjoyed not blogging is not only because I am working on a new book, but also a lot of things changed for our family last year. And Ben lost his stepfather in the summertime, my father-in-law, and that has really been hard on the family. And then my own dad had an accident, and that happened at the end of the summer. So it was a really tough summer for our family. And both of those events really changed our lives a lot. So speaking about Ben, he and his brother and his mother are now running my late father-in-law's property business in England. And so that changes the dynamic a lot. Ben is really busy with that. He goes back and forth between here and England as they work on that business. As far as me and my family here, I do want to thank you all because, you know, I mentioned right after my dad had his accident, I sent a message on the community tab, and so many of you all around the world were praying for him. And I'm so happy that after over 4 months, he was in the hospital for about 4.5 months, he's now finally home. He came home a few days before Christmas. So he still has a long road ahead of him, but my mother, my sister, and I are really looking after him. And we feel confident that he will walk again one day. And the whole process has been really difficult for our family, but also I'm just completely counting our blessings because it's just so amazing that he's with us still and that he continues to improve. And my dad, as I told you, is my biggest fan. So I know he's watching this video, so hi, Dad. So anyway, that changed a lot as well. For 4 months, I was going to the hospital about 4 times a week. And so a lot of things happened in our lives that have really changed a lot. You know, that's life. You have to adapt. You need to be malleable. And we've changed a lot to adapt to this new situation that we have. As far as the channel goes, I want to thank all of you. You've been so wonderful, and we are gaining so many new subscribers. At the time of filming this, we have 223,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And the channel continues to grow, and I really love the evolution of the channel. I want to thank all of you. You're very gracious. I do a lot of sponsored videos, and I know that a lot of you notice that. But the sponsored videos help not only compensate me for my time, but they help me to pay my staff. And I work with a lot of really talented people like Evan Gallagher, who edits the videos. I'm sure he's going to put something really funny here. Evan, I can't wait to see what you do. My staff, and I work with a lot of really talented people like Evan Gallagher, who edits the videos. I'm sure he's going to put something really funny here. Evan, I can't wait.
Don't forget the audio track. Don't forget the audio track.
But also my graphic designers at Deva Marketing and my entire team. So the sponsored videos help pay for all of that. I really thank my sponsors. I work with the best sponsors. I have the best ones. They are the top quality brands. I'm super blessed to work with these people and with these companies. And when I do my sponsored videos, I try to be very transparent. I always tell you at the very beginning of the video that it's sponsored. And then I also tell you when you're going to hear the sponsorship. And if I say, thank you to XYZ for sponsoring this video, more on them later, that means that they're probably going to be around the middle of the video, or I might say more on them at the end of the video. That means the sponsored mention is going to be at the end of the video. And I always put chapters. I want you to always be clear when something's a sponsorship. And I like that. The brands like it, I like it, and hopefully it's very transparent with you. And I really appreciate them because YouTube is so much work and it's really easy to burn out, especially when you're not earning money at it. So I really thank them, and I also thank my channel members because you help the channel to exist and to grow and evolve, and I'm collaborating with the most amazing people too. So speaking of collaborations, at the end of last year, I published my animated poem, The Seeker, and I just love poetry, and I would love to have a channel with animated poetry one day, exclusively. Wouldn't that be amazing? But I worked with Ruhama on the animation, and then of course Evan did the editing, and then we used the music by Luke Faulkner, who is so talented. And I'll leave Luke's channel down below, but he's so gracious because I featured him on Seek Out the Arts last December, and he's been very gracious to allow us to use a lot of his music in the videos. And he's super talented composer and pianist from England, so I'll leave Luke down below. But I really am collaborating with the most amazing people. Now, speaking of what's coming up on the channel and collaborations, I'm so excited, and I know a lot of you are going to be as well. But in April, I'm going to be interviewing Dr. Mindy Peltz on her book, Fast Like a Girl. I can't wait. So that's coming up, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel to hear our interview. And then I always like to share book reviews as well, or book recommendations and what I'm reading. So this is Lewis Carroll's biography. It's called The Mystery of Lewis Carroll by Jenny Wolfe. And this is a really good book too. As you know, Lewis Carroll is the author of Alice in Wonderland, and I'm obsessed with Alice in Wonderland. So this book is so good. And then the other book is Modern Miss Mason, and this will appeal to people who love the Charlotte Mason method of education. It's by Leah Bowden, and I'm going to leave this down below. So there's all that. Also, I want to show you my nails. I don't know if you can see this, but London Town have a new illuminating nail concealer. It's the quartz one, and it's really pretty. It has like a pearlescent sheen to it. So I think that's all my recommendations right now. So let's talk about Seek Out the Arts too, because formerly it was called the Chic Assignment. I did it for many years and I streamlined it. I felt like I really wanted to do a deep dive into the arts, and that's what we're doing now. We do a deep dive into one painting, we study one piece of music still, and I read poetry to you. So that is the new series, and that comes once a month, and I hope that you love it. I hope you love the evolution of that series. I know I love doing it. I love researching, and I really spend so much time researching these paintings and learning about these artists, and it really enriches my life. So I hope that it enriches yours too. I wanted to mention to you Al's retreat. So my writing mentor, Alan Watt, runs the LA Writers Lab. He's in the Chic Society. He's awesome. And we have been friends and colleagues for years now. And I tell you what, Al is the reason why I am an author. He is. I learned the discipline of writing through Al's class. So there's two things I want to tell you about his workshop.
The first thing is that Al hosts a writing retreat in Tuscany every spring, and he's doing one this spring, and he's giving the Daily Connoisseur audience $600 off. So that's a huge discount, and if you're interested, I'll leave the link below. And the second thing is that Al is offering a free 1-hour writing workshop to all the Daily Connoisseur subscribers. So if you want to join this free workshop, it's going to be on Wednesday, February 15th at 1 p.m. I will also be there. So you'll have the opportunity to share your project. I mean, depending on how many people are on this call, there might be a lot of people, but you can learn more about how you can get your writing project going. So that's a free workshop where he'll answer questions about the Tuscany retreat or any of his writing workshops. And I'm going to leave that link down below as well.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the newsletter. Just put your email down below. It's totally free. I will not send you tons of emails, just one a month. And that's really going to be taking place of the blog going forward. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any recommendations or channel requests, video ideas, please leave them in the comment section below. In the meantime, keep calm and remain classy, everyone, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.